I know, I haven't recorded yet. There we go. Okay, I memorized all the problems that we have to do. Here we go. We started with number 4. I had to refresh some of our students on what problems we did today. Problem number 4 is answer. You had to find the length, which is distance, and the midpoint, right? And so when you guys did the square root big thingy, it ended up being 2 square root of 34. Break it down. But if you didn't break it down, by the way, I got a free calculator, and it is sweet.
Fancy.
I know, they just sent it to me, but I gotta, there we go. Okay, so what is 2 times the square root? Where's the square root? Where's the square root?
That's about it too.
Did you get, it was the square root of what?
136.
Okay, but then that's like 11.7-ish.
I thought I did it wrong.
We looked it up. Wasn't it like 11.3 or
11.7-ish.
I just put 2 square root 34.
Break it down. My calculator showed me what 2 times the square root of 34 is, and it says approximately. Wait, why did it go darker? Oh, look at that. It kind of saves battery. It says that. Okay, so that's cool. Now, going back to number 12, which I have graph paper ready for, but I don't know why. Let's find out. In exercises 11, 12, graph each equation, label the origin and the y-axis, and then find the area of triangle OPQ. Maybe you didn't know how to do that. So this is the equation. If you forgot how to graph a line like real easy when it's set up in standard form, you can do a 0, 0 table like that. And so if x is 0, y is 8. If y is 0, x is 6. Look at that. I did some division. Okay, so 0 across, 8 up. You're 8 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dang it, really? It's up there. Count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then 6 to the right. Yeah, right? Well, that's dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, cool. Which means that maybe I can do this. Come on.
I think it's very wrong.
Come on. Ha! There. And so now, so now I have a line that goes from here to here, right? And it made a right triangle. Here's a right angle right here. And I think it said to label the origin respectively. Origin is O, respectively means in the same order, y'all. And then it said that P was supposed to be the x-intercept. So this is P. And then didn't it say Q next? Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Area of a triangle. It's 1/2 base times height. So then it's 1/2 base, 6 times height, 8. Minus half of 48, 24 squared units. But since it didn't, like if it was like a big word problem, or like if we're doing linear velocity or something like that, then you guys should label away. But for this problem here, you could just leave it as 24. Area equals 24, because we don't know what it is anyway. Square feet, square inches, who knows? Everybody happy with number 12 now that I did it and you saw it correctly, and you might have had to look up the area of a triangle. I counted. Wait, where am I at? So this base is 6 across. And this height is 8 up. 8 up.
Covering up thing that keeps your dots.
What?
Cover like the 4x and 30.
Wait, what?
Like cover 1, and then that's how you got your table.
The table. That's awesome if you did the distance formula
I
thing,
got the wrong answer.
because that's really. Did you must have found the distance from P to Q? Oh, well, go ahead and fix it. I dare you to. Here's one fact. No, I can't say it on. I'm recording it. I can't say it. I was going to say one fact about balloonist, but I can't. No, I'll have to wait until the audio is off. Can't. Actually, I think I can. Oh, I'm scared though if I press pause, if it'll. Let's find. We're going to find out. There we go. Perfect. All right. So that's number 12. Then we have to go to number 18 next. Now, I talked about, I know I talked about elimination and substitution yesterday. Let's read number 18, and maybe that's what this is, because I see two equations, two unknowns, so I'm thinking probably elimination or substitution. Let's read the directions. Solve the given pair of equations simultaneously. Then sketch the graphs of the equations and label the intersection point. Well, it would have been okay, like if this answer, like the final answer is -1.5, comma, -2.5. Okay, that's the final answer. And it would have been all right, like if it would have been, if they would have been solid numbers, but it wasn't. So let's find out. Let's do the math. Okay, so since we got the new Smart Podium, I got back this feature, which is a split screen. So I'm going to add a slide. I'm going to do a split screen. What? Look at that. And now I can do my work over here and then graph over there.
That's awesome.
I know. Last year, I was almost ready to force my students to pay. It was like $120 a year to get that program so that I could do that feature. I was going to force my pre-calc students to each bring in $4. Or else, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to call this the black line. Here we go. So let's do a XY table. I'm going to graph first because why not? 0, 0. If x is 0, y is -3. And if y is 0, x is -6. So 3 down. Oh, that's a big dot. And 6 left. 2, 4, 6. And then I'm going to graph that puppy. Oh, no bueno. Hang on. Hang on. Adjusted. I think that's close enough. Hopefully it's good because we already know the answer. And then if my graph's wrong, you'll obviously know that I messed up, but that doesn't happen. Okay, now I'm going to do another line, and I'll call this the blue line. Okay, so the blue line, yeah, I could graph this one different, but I'm not going to. I'm going to revert back to 6th grade. Is this what you guys did in 6th grade? Maybe. If x is 0, y is -2. If y is 0, x is 6. There we go. 2, 4, 6. And then 2 down. Okay, now if I graph these lines correctly, I wonder if I can change the color of that line.
Okay, on the first one, how did you get -6?
I don't know. Did I mess up?
I just thought it'd be -9.
Oh. Well, Tori, the reason that I did that was just to make sure that somebody was paying attention in class, and it's good to see that you were.
I was just staring at it the whole time. I was like, I don't know why.
Now I know who's got my back. -9? What did I do? Was I looking here? No. Gosh, idiot. 2, 4, 6, 9. Does it go there? Okay, okay, okay.
I need to readjust it again.
Dang it. Ugh. Okay, so here we go now. Let's try the blue line. Please work.
Do you have to do all this graphing to figure out that answer?
It said to graph it.
I just wondered.
It said to graph it. Please tell me it looks like they're intersecting at 1.5 to the left and
Yeah.
2.5 down.
Yeah.
It does, I guess, but that's a terrible way to ever solve two equations, two unknowns. But then, of course, it said, then sketch the graphs of the equations and label the intersection point. All right, I did. Here's the intersection point right there. It's the same thing as the green answer. All right, but now let's do the algebra. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so then this guy would stay the same. Do, 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 do. This guy would go. Negative 12y equals 30. And believe it or not, if you take 30 and you divide by negative 12, you get negative 2.5. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you'll take this here answer. See that there answer? And then you'll take that there answer and put it in anywhere. I guess we could put it there. And then we could solve for x, right? And so if I put it there and solve for x, let's guess the answer is negative 1.5. I refuse to write out the problem to get that answer because I already know it. But that's elimination. Did anybody try substitution? Because this problem was set up for substitution also. You could have moved the 3y over to the right, made it positive, and then plugged that grouping into that right there. Yeah? Yeah. Nobody did it though?
I did.
Automatically fail. I don't like substitution. What just happened? What just happened? All I did was, how did I? Oh no, and I can't. It won't.
Click on the top right.
There's a client and a not one.
Go to the top right.
There's nothing there.
Oh, it's the same.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. I clicked this instead of that. There we go. Just tie it.
Use it, it'll work.
No, it's good. Okay. It's not going to. Just stop moving your head. Oh, great. Now what just happened? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What just happened? I can't. I refuse. Okay. Thank you. Are we on 26? I'm probably going to not do part A and just read you the answer. All right, show that PA and PB are the same distance. All right, so now I'm on 26A. Okay, so on 26A, PA, the distance of PA, does equal the distance of PB, and of course, they were both, what?
85.
Square root 85?
No.
No, just 85.
They bought the square root so that you can solve it.
No, they were square root of 85s, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
PA is so you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that. There's minus signs here and there. And then you just do from PA from P to A, so it'd be 1 minus -5. And then it would be 4 minus -3, right? So that's 636. That's 749. So then that's the square root of 85. The distance of that length of string would be about 9, a little over 9 inches long, whatever. The square root of 81. So what? 9.22 inches, feet, whatever. So you can't get rid of that. That's the distance, the square root of 85.
But we had to set it equal to the other one, right?
No, you just had to show that they were equal to each other. You had to get the same answer. So if I would have done the same boring thing for PB and I would have done blah, 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 I guarantee it was this answer. And then you don't need to, you proved it. You did the proof of it.
So in the book, saying that because like on this one, whenever it
Yeah, totally. My example. Yeah. So the only reason you would square both sides is if like you were solving for a variable. That's what we're going to do. I think that's what we're going to do on part 2. It's French for 2. Part 2. DEUX. That was my language at Beverly's High School. Thank you, French. Mrs. Cheney. The only thing I remember how to count, maybe to 10. Deux, tres, quatre, cinq, sept, huit, neuf, dix. Can you speak Spanish? Can you? Whatever. I mean, I'm close. What's that close? What's that close? In French? No. I had it.
Exchanging Spanish sound a little weird.
Next. 26B. Now they change up some stuff. And they say QA is congruent. It just means they're the same as QB. So equidistant, did the book say equidistant or something like that? Yeah. Okay, so they said equidistant. Up here, I just used the congruent symbol just so you'd have a flashback to geometry. And so this is the one where you're going to do this dude equals that dude, and you're going to have and then so here goes the fun part. You ready? So the left side will be QA. So I'm going to do 3 minus -5. And then K minus -3. Did anybody else follow that same pattern? Okay. And then QB would be 3 minus -1. And then K minus -5.
Didn't do it that way.
You did it backwards. It's okay. So this is going to be 64. And this is going to be, I don't know. It's K plus 3 and K plus 3. Or for you, it was 3 plus K and 3 plus K. Or did you have negatives? You probably had -3 minus K. Yeah. That's why I picked
I
it.
had 3 plus 5.
Yeah. You had, but you still got 64 there. Okay, now I can magically, because we've already talked about this problem, I can already make that square root symbol go away, right? Okay, so then this is 4, so that's 16, and then this guy, I don't know, but it's a K plus 5 and a K plus 5, or some of you might have -5 minus K. It's all right. It's okay. So what's going to happen? I'll keep the 64 here. I'm going to FOIL k squared plus 6k plus 9. I already combined the O and the I, the OI on the FOIL. I went ahead and combined it because we have 20 minutes left. Next, then I did this one, this, and then k squared plus 10k plus 25. Everybody good so far? That's fine. Let's find out. So then that's k squared plus 6k plus 73 and k squared plus 10k plus 41. The k squareds go bye-bye. I'm going to move this guy over there. And so I'm going to get 73 equals 4k plus 41. I'm going to move that guy over there and get 32 equals 4k. K equals 8.
What's that in French?
Wheat, is it wheat? I don't know. The only thing I really remember was during Valentine's Day, she taught us how to say, I love you, my little bunny rabbit. Je t'aime, mon petit lapin. That's all I remember.
I wish I could tell you if you were right or not, but I don't know.
I'm not going to say it again. You can watch the video. It's on video. Okay. Did anybody really get super stuck? Because you just have to be careful with the algebra here. And I was trying to be careful. Of course, I can post this video for everybody. And apparently it's not, I am going to have to download it to YouTube and then share it. Because I guess the first video that I sent Kylie didn't work. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Join my channel, 24K Classroom. All right, is this number 28? Are we better up for number 28? Was 28 the hardest one? It kind of was, right?
Totally. I didn't know how to do it.
Let's read it. Okay, so it says Q is on the y-axis. So that means it's floating up and down on the y-axis. We just don't know where it's at. Remember, we kind of played this game yesterday also. Where do you think I'm going to put the dot? Am I going to put the dot here? Am I going to put the dot there? Am I going to put the dot here? So, okay, so it's floating around on the y-axis. And it says the distance to point 6,1, like they didn't give it a name, but like the distance to point A, this distance has to be 2 square root of 10. Or this distance has to be 2 square root of 10. And you're like, Mr. Blanchard, how come you got 2 points? Because I could make a right triangle. This dot's locked in. That 6,1's locked in. I just made 2 right triangles. They're supposed to look congruent, but I don't think they look congruent, but they're supposed to. And I can totally figure out, probably using the Pythagorean theorem, where K is located.
How did you get that one line?
The dotted line?
No, like on the y-axis. How did you get those 2 lines?
Those 2 dots?
Those 2 dots, yeah.
It said that Q is on the y-axis. So if something's on the y-axis,
Just put it there?
it means that its x value is 0.
Yeah, so then what's the y value?
We don't know.
So you just put those there.
We don't know.
Okay.
I just
Makes
picked K and L because they're letters in my name. So this green dot is moving around. Oh, hang on. Here we go. This green dot's moving around. But if I would have put it way up high, I'm going to guess that 2 square root of 10 would not reach up there. Did you get that? So I have this 2 square root of 10. Nope. Yep. I just drew that line and I said, I declare you 2 square root of 10. Actually, the books declared it. It said it's 2 square root of 10, which means that
Basically, you just guess for everything.
that green dot had to move down, and it's going to stop right there. Well, its x value is 0. I don't know what its y value is
How do you know it's value 0?
because it said it was on the y-axis.
Okay.
So like if I said, hey, everybody, let's plot a point. Here's the plot I want you to here's the point I want you to plot. And I said 0, 10. You'd say, oh, that's 0 left or right, but 10 up. Right?
No.
You're right. Okay. But it's not 10. I don't think the answer is 10. So I'm not going to use the Pythagorean theorem, even though that might be easier. Yeah, I will do it the painstaking way. Are you ready? We'll try to find this guy. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So I know when I do the distance equation, it's this, and this, that, and this. But I know that its answer has to equal 2 square root of 10. Because it said so. What a great discussion for a Friday.
So great.
Would we plug in like 6, 1, and 0,
Ding, 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 ding. So now I'm going to go, I'll use 0k and 6, 1. All right, so I'm going to go from 0 to 6, 0 to 6, and then k to 1. Dang, this problem's going to stink, but I've got to do it this way because I didn't teach you the Pythagorean theorem. All right, so that's -6 squared, which is 36. When I squared this, that's going to be k squared minus 2k plus 1. And I better keep this puppy.
Then you can just square root it. Not square root it. You can square it.
Okay, but here goes the old trickaroo. Heck yeah, I can square everything. How in the world do you square 2 square root of 10?
You just take away the square and then you have to square 2.
Fake news.
Oh.
I totally agree that we are going to, this is very bad math. All right, I totally agree we're going to square both sides. That's not legal lingo, but it's okay. This side's going to become k squared minus 2k plus 37. Huh. How do you square 2 square root of 10? Okay. Well, all right, if you don't know the shortcut, I'll show you the long cut.
That's what I said.
Did you say square the 2? Because I think you said keep the 2.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I said.
Okay, let's just say you didn't know what to do. Well, when you square something, you write it twice, right? When you square something, you just write it twice. So then that would be, this guy's going to stay the same. This guy's going to be 4 square root of 100. Oh, but what's the square root of 100? 10. So this guy's really 40. Now there's still a big math problem coming up here.
Can you get rid of the k squared?
I can't get rid of the k squared. I can't subtract
Why don't
37.
you subtract 40 and make it equal to 0 and then figure out like.
Okay, so I'm going to subtract 40. Wait, what did I just do? Do I have to say the F word again today? Factor. It's a new F word.
There's a lot of F words.
Fun. That's the main one. Okay, so I'm going to try to factor this. If it doesn't work, I may have to use the quadratic formula.
No, I hate that stupid thing.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know. So a minus minus is a plus minus. Okay? And then you ask yourself, are there two numbers that multiply to 3 and add to 2? Well, add or subtract. Add or subtract. Multiply to 3 and add or subtract to 2. And the answer is, let's try 3 and 1. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. If I put 3 here, that would be positive 3 at minus 1, which would be 2, and that's bad. So if I put a 1 here and a 3 there, yeah, now I could check that by foiling, but I'm not going to because I have confidence. But now you're like, wait a second, Mr. Blanchard, there's the two answers for this problem. And we have square root being, because when we looked at the original graph, that dot could float above or below. This problem had a k squared, yeah, which means it's going to have two solutions. Wowza. Okay, so that means that that dot is either at 0, 3, or it's at 0, -1.
I think it's a 0, 3.
No, it's at both. It could be either or. Right, so now there is an easier way that you guys could have done it using Pythagorean theorem. But I'm not going to show you.
Why wouldn't we just take 6-1 and count both in both ways? Both ways on the y-axis.
Let's go back up there. Can this go away? Going. Where do you want to walk?
Because if you're at 1.
No. Oh, okay. We are definitely at 1. I agree with that. So I'm at 0, comma,
Yeah.
1. Did you want to say hello, Kylie?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, Kylie. Hi, Taylor.
I know, I always forget about Cooter. Sorry, but she had, well, I can say this, she won't care. She had her homework done like super fast.
Yes.
Okay, so this is 0, 1. Got it? 0, 1. So this distance is 6. I don't know what that distance is, so I could have called that x or y or L or whatever. And I could have just said a squared plus b squared equals c squared and did it that way. But what fun would that have been? Too easy. Next. Good night. We still have 3 problems. Okay. I know we can't hurry. Determine whether the 3 lines whose equations are blah, blah, and blah intersect at one point. Okay, so here's what I did. I'm going to solve 2 of the lines because they're supposed to all intersect at the same point, right? So I just picked the first one and the second one. Why not? So I'm going to do elimination. I can't. So I'm going to do elimination, but these guys are set up already. So it's 8x equals 4, and then x equals a half, right? All right, equals a half. So now if I take that there and I put it right, oh great, and I put it right there, that's going to be 1.5, 2.5. What's 2.5 divided by 2? What's the y value? 1.25, which is 1.25. Okay, so that's where 2 of the lines intersect, which means that we're supposed to prove for number 30 that all 3 intersect there. So the 3 equations hanging out down here, 4x plus 3y equals 3. What do you think I should do with these 2 yellow answers to see if it works? I'm going to take the x answer and put it right there. And I'm going to put the y value and put it right there. And I don't think it's going to work. Let's find out. What's 4 times a half? Did you say 2?
2.
What's, oh wait, I'm going to put a question mark here. 4 times a half is 2. 3 times 1.25 is difference. Okay. And so then I'm looking at it, and that does not equal 3. So then it's a no good. By golly, we might be able to pull this off. I don't know. I haven't looked at. I haven't. You don't ask what time do we get out of here. You ask what time do we have to leave. You have to leave at 50. Right, exactly. That's why you have to say it that way. We don't have. I know. We don't have time. Ever. Oh, but yes, we do. Because on 32, through the magic of me doing the problem ahead of time, I did the distance equations 3 times on number 32. I trust that you guys could have done that also. Okay, so I did AB, did the distance equation, hit the square root button. I did AC, did the distance equation, hit the square root button, and then I did BC and pressed the equals button. And those are the 3 decimal values that I got. A long time ago, a kid named Heron, or Hero, I think it's really cool to call it Hero's formula or Heron's formula. Depending on which book you read, it'll either be Hero's formula or Heron's formula. It's the same guy a long time ago. He was like, because there was sand and there was probably a stick, and he's just messing around with just different numbers. And he said, what if I knew the 3 sides of a triangle? What if all I knew were the 3 sides of a triangle, and I knew that this guy was 23.4, and I knew that this guy was 35.5, and I knew that this guy was 27.0. Is there any way that I could take those 3 values just at the sides and find the area? Because what else are you going to do back then? You're not going to play Xbox, right? So he's just messing around with stuff, and he's experimenting, and all of a sudden, aha,
Bam.
aha,
It happens.
it did. And here's what happened. He said, why? If I take half of the perimeter, which is called the semi-perimeter, which is called S, if I take half of the perimeter, which is the semi-perimeter, just like a semicircle is half a circle, and then I throw it into some formula that I just made up, like I don't know where it came from. We could probably prove it if we had, a week of extra time. We could probably prove it. I have never proved Hero's formula. And voila. He came up with the formula that works every time, which is really cool. All you have to know is the 3 sides of a triangle, and you could figure out any area of a triangle. Obviously, we're not going to get to number 33. Don't sweat it. Congratulations. What?
Give us the equation, like how to set it up.
What?
Yeah, I need that
I
equation.
looked up the equation, but I couldn't find it.
Hero's formula?
No, the 30.
Wait,
Don't worry about number 33. Number 33 is hard, but you can cheat using graph paper.
I forget this number.
I did this plus that divided by 2. All right, have a great weekend.